Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. My name is Paula. So today's meditation will be primarily focused on resting our attention on the breathing. And I want you to make sure that you've got enough things to be comfortable. So you can either sit the way that I am. So I'm in a Japanese seated position, sitting up on a block, or you could sit in a easy cross-legged or sukhasana. Just quite important to have the hips a little bit higher than the knees. You could sit up on a blanket or a cushion or something like that. I've got a blanket underneath me as well because invitation to start the practice lying down today. If you would like to just take your seat and stay there, absolutely fine. I just find lying down just for the first couple of minutes just helps to really ground and settle and then coming up into your seat. But before we do that, just make a decision about how you want to be seated, because once we get up, we'll try to move into our seated position with minimal fuss, okay? So if you would like to lie down, let's make our way there now. Just lying down on the back. You could have the feet flat on the mat, or knees falling in together, arms a little bit away from you. Or if you'd like to extend the legs long, then feeling free to do that too. Just allowing yourself to come to rest here, just for these few moments. Sense of letting go of the day, or letting go of anything that you've got coming up after this. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Once again, deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last one, inhaling and exhaling. Just allowing the breath just come back to being in and out through the nose. And if you're lying down, let's start to make our way up to a seated position. Just taking your own time, just bending the knees up, rolling over to one side, coming up to a seated position. Using your block or your cushion. And once you're settled into your seat, just resting the hands down on the legs, gently closing the eyes. And if for any reason you would like to keep the eyes slightly open, feeling free to do so. Soft gaze, slightly down on the ground, a bit further in front of you or to the tip of the nose. Feeling the sitting bones, just pressing down into your cushion or your block. Picturing the length of the spine. Energy lifting up and out through the crown of the head. Allowing the muscles of the face to soften. Unhinging the jaw. And lightly scanning throughout the body. And if you notice any pockets of tension, just taking the breath there as you inhale, and as you exhale, just seeing if you can release. And if that isn't happening and the tension's there, just allowing the tension to be there. Just coming back to the breathing. Just following the breath in and out through the nose. And if you can, just allow the breath just to be however it needs to be. Simply observing the breathing. And let's listen in for our intention. Our intention for this practice, as well as our deeper intention. It's for how you want to be or how you want your life to be. It may be an intention that you're already working with. It could be something new. It could be something simple as, practicing patience. Could be a bit more practical and tangible, such as spending 20 minutes each day caring for yourself. Or it could be something else. Whatever it is for you, just allowing that to fill you. And once you're ready, just bringing the focus back to your breathing and just choosing whether you want to let the attention rest at the tip of the nose or the belly, the rise and fall of the belly as you inhale and exhale. Just noticing as the breath comes in and as the breath comes out. You may feel the sensation of the breathing being slightly cooler as it enters the body and a bit warmer as it leaves the body. And for today's practice, we are just primarily just letting the attention rest on the breathing. But you might notice sounds or thoughts, emotional states, feelings, and body sensations. And you can just acknowledge those things when they arise or when you've drifted off into thinking, and gently bring yourself back to the breathing. It's being with this breath and then this breath. Nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Sense of the breath being our home base. And if you're finding that staying with the breathing is quite challenging, which it can be, and it'll change day to day, you could introduce a counting of the breathing. So counting up to 10, you'd be counting in for 1 as you inhale and counting 1 as you exhale. And you just do that up until 10, and you can count back down to 1. But if you feel comfortable to do so, just allowing yourself just to lightly stay with your breathing without the counting. But on some days that can be quite helpful. And if you get caught in a little pocket of worry or notice that you've drifted off into thinking, just acknowledge whatever it might be that you're thinking about and know that this is just what the mind does. And we just gently bring ourselves back. Just resting into the flow of the breathing. The breath comes in and the breath comes out. Starting to notice the body, any sensations. This clothing against the skin, little points of pressure, maybe with where the legs are connecting down to the mat, temperature of the room. And take a few deeper, fuller breaths. Acknowledging your effort to practice today. And for a moment, let's recall our intention from the beginning of the practice. Just allowing it to be with you as you continue throughout your day. And bring in some kindness towards yourself. Having a sense of being whole and complete, just as you are, right in this very moment. Bringing the palms of the hands together in front of the chest into your prayer position. Just bringing the chin down towards the chest. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Namaste.